Behind me is approximately $80,000 worth of food. And in the next 2 hours, we're gonna be giving it away to 250 low-income veterans. The way this works is the veterans line up on the other side of the parking lot. Then one by one, they get directed to come through our drive-through line where our volunteers load up their vehicles with groceries. We have fruits, vegetables, oats, rice, beans, and a lot more essential stuff that they need. We have 120 volunteers from different organizations to help us today. So let's have a conversation with some of them so you can hear their story. What made you want to volunteer with us in the first place?
So originally, I was in the military and needed some points from my EPR, but also I was new to town. I wanted to meet people. I figured this is a good way to do it. So I went on Meetup and did through volunteer buddies and just got to meet tons of cool people.
Honestly, the first time around, it was through work and I had an extra day off to be able to go volunteer, and I figured, you know what, why not? But I think I see the difference for sure this time around, just knowing the impact the first time had. Where it's definitely more self-driven, again, just because you get to see the impact that you make on these people's days.
I'm a part of a meetup group that does all kinds of volunteer events, and I'm a retired person. I have time on my hands and I want to give back.
You're called to love people, to be kind, to be nice, and so that's all. I just want to be kind, give back.
My oldest son actually was Googling because we had just moved here, and he goes, "Hey Mom, I'm Googling things for you to do. Check this one out."
Why do you think it's important for everybody to be here today?
I think that a lot of people need to understand that we need to give back to our veterans, very definitely. And it's not just the veterans, there are a lot of people in this world today that really don't have enough to eat. If we can get that food out to them from the food banks, let's go ahead and do it.
My husband did 30 years in the Army. We made 20 moves in 30 years. And the common denominator in all those moves in whatever country you're in is food. Whether I'm working at a food bank or I'm hosting a party or whatever, I find that more gets done around a dinner table than a board table.
You know, it was honestly being able to connect with the veterans. The first time around, I never realized how much they rely on this food. And aside from that, just the friendliness when they, come out and talk to you, and they're really just looking for some type of connection. So it was really neat to be able to do that the first time around, and honestly what drove me to be able to do it again.
A lot of veterans feel like they're not represented enough sometimes, and so
for sure,
it's very important, I think.
I mean, we're helping hundreds of families, not just veterans, but their families as well. Hundreds of families every month. Some people rely on this, right? And if they don't get it, they have a hard time struggling through the month. And so it's a great opportunity to come out here. I get to use the skills I learned in the military leadership and organization to kind of influence this and help others. And so I get to, do something good for my community.
How do you think the veterans that are supported feel seeing this kind of thing and seeing all this community come together to help them? How do you think they feel?
I think that sometimes it's hard to accept help, but I think that when they're here and everyone is thanking them for their service, and just having a good time and they're part of the atmosphere, that feel good.
I think you see it in their faces when they drive up and you're putting that bag of food in their cars. You see how thankful they are. When, truth be told, right, they're the ones that have done so much for us. So it's honestly just a small token of appreciation of what we're able to do, but it's very clear that to them it means the world that we can do something like this for them.
Oh, they love it. They love it because you come in here, they got smiling faces. Everybody's so thankful. They bring out their pups, they bring out their kids. Like I wouldn't say it's quite a party, but we try to make it a good time, put on some music and welcome them. But they're always very thankful, and we're always very thankful for their service. And so it's a good opportunity to share that exchange.
Oh, we get fabulous response from these guys. They're always telling us thank you. We're trying to tell them thank you for their service. And they're always telling us thank you so much for being out here, and that they appreciate what we do so much.
Today, we are in San Antonio, Texas, which unfortunately has one of the highest populations of low-income vets. A 2018 study by the RAND Corporation showed that 25.8% of post 9/11 veterans and military retirees said they've experienced food insecurity. Our goal today is to help 250 low-income veterans. And thanks to your support, we've been able to provide food assistance nationally to over 47,000 veterans. You might be asking yourself, what does it mean to the veterans that are here today receiving assistance? Let's hear it from them.
It means a lot for someone who used to going to work and now 100% disabled and not able to return to the workforce.
Actually, it means a lot, especially since COVID and things haven't quite picked up the way you'd want. Yeah, they picked up some, but not to where we, you know, really used to be in terms before COVID.
It means a lot. It's, you know, you said Vietnam. We really didn't have much of a homecoming. We weren't really appreciated too much, but Soldiers Angels has really changed that for us. I mean, it's we know that we're cared about, that there's somebody out there looking for us now.
Well, I've got kids and grandkids that I help support with this. It helps a lot.
It helps a lot. You know, it's bigger amounts, you know, than like a regular little food bank. It helps a lot with just staples, I guess, like rice and beans and stuff, you know, that we could use long term.
It is a blessing. My daughter's birthday is this weekend, so it gives me extra food to be able to cook for her and have a great celebration, so it's a blessing in disguise. So I'm definitely grateful, and I will be cooking up a storm just for her to have the best birthday possible.
It helps a lot because I only make $1,480 a month, so it helps a lot, you know, especially if you got a lot of bills. And by the end of the year, I'll be out of all of the little $100 here, $50 there. Pay, you know, bills. This helps pay for groceries and stuff that I need.
What does it mean to you as like a veteran seeing like a local nonprofit being so involved in trying to help?
Oh yeah, I love it. It's great. They make sure that, you know, they're constantly emailing and stuff and reminding you and stuff.
As a veteran and as just an American citizen right now, you know, food is so expensive, and it means that we're getting a better diet. We're living off disability and Social Security, and it doesn't go so far anymore. This really helps us a lot as far as having a nutritious meal and being able to eat.
It's good for any veteran or active person that you know needs that little bit of assistance to come on down.
Awesome.
And it's great. You know, I mean, the stuff that they give or provide you with is great. I wish other states would just really do this type of thing. I know they do something, but this type in particular is actually awesome. So
I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for the smallest things to the greatest, and they always give us great quantities, but great items as well. That some items that I may not be able to use, I'm able to bless someone else, so it doesn't go to waste.
So we're here with Jana Evans, our area director at Soldiers Angels for San Antonio. Jana, what does it take to organize an event like this every month?
It takes an army of volunteers. I couldn't do it without my team. So I have an amazing coordinator and an assistant coordinator, and they are amazing to be able to help me be able to do all that. So it's from like start to finish. It's just like a cycle again. Like as soon as we finish one, we've got to make sure we prep and then do all the post paperwork. So it's just a lot of coordinating to make sure we got volunteers in place, making sure that we have the food coming, and then just making sure that we have everything that we need to make sure everything be successful so we can feed these families. Well, I walked into a really great team, but like we just keep getting better and better. So I'm impressed every month with the amazing support we get from the community of all the volunteers showing up, no matter how the weather is, they're here. So. And
what does it mean for you to do this for the local veteran community?
Feeding people is something that I've always been like a passion for me. That's like how my whole entire nonprofit like industry like started my journey with the nonprofit world. So feeding somebody is important to me. So like I never want someone to have to do without food. So being able to do that for those that made a big sacrifice for us, like the veteran community and the military community, is like it's a very honor to be grateful to be able to do that for them. So, you know, there's plenty of people that are going to complain, but it's those times that people that will reach out and they'll send you a thank you and just say that like this was the only food they were going to have for their family. I mean, it just kind of puts it in perspective that, you know, this is something that's going to help their family throughout the month, and they wouldn't be able to do it without that. So just those small things that seem so small to us are big to them, and that's usually what keeps you going. It's just those little thank yous that you get knowing that you help them.
We host monthly food distributions just like this one in Texas, Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, and Colorado. Events like this are only possible with your support. Visit soldiersangels.org to find out how you can help, or like and share this video to spread the word.